Alright, so there we go. We got both Disney Prince variant skins going.
Yes. And I'm going to move my client so I can actually see chat.
Wildstyle running that Warden again. So we're seeing
there we go. The standard binding word. I was
action.
missing those.
I do this. Maybe Michaela likes me more.
Yeah, I was actually curious about the 4% power. Yeah, definitely not a level 1 move there for sure.
Yeah, when you run the percentage loadouts, you tend to want to run a bit of a later game. Didn't work out that way, but that is usually your strategy.
But hey, he won anyway, so who are we to criticize it, right?
Whatever works, works.
Yeah, I'm just glad we've gotten rid of the Resilience 3 pot starts, because those, oh my god.
Those were a little more passive than I enjoyed, but hey, it's a viable strat. It's going to be even more viable going forward, especially once we get into a draft mode feature, when you know pretty much who you're going to be laning against, based off the new differentiation between top lane and bottom lane. Top lane is going to be a bit safer place to lane in the new map. Bot lane will be a bit more dangerous, so you're most going to see the possibility of running maybe a solar laner up top, maybe a double jungler, maybe with a tri-lane on the bottom. There's going to open up a lot more options with the meta.
Yeah, I would love to see a safe lane Fenmore. Well, now you see my Dota coming in here. I'm calling the new top lane safe lane, and then the new bottom lane hard lane. But yeah.
Yeah, and I could see a tanky Reyna in the top lane. That's just me. I just want to see the tanky Reyna with the huge shield in the top lane fighting off against a couple people. And then we just put 3 damage dealers in the bottom lane to be ultra aggressive.
Well, if you remember that solo lane Reyna actually was a thing, and then she got nerfed like 4 patches in a row.
So her sustain went down quite a bit, as did a lot of other abilities. So Wildstyle, excuse me, I almost called him Metamaker again. Wildstyle pushing in on Downsy, but Downsy knows this format, hanging back, popping that Warden when it comes up.
Yeah, the Warden passive actually doing some work here. It's keeping Wildstyle up. It actually allowed him to hit level 3 first. He looked like he was going to go aggressive, but he thought better of it. No, actually, I think we will start seeing some solo lane play in the new map. Particularly if you want to run a Vex in the bottom lane, you're almost going to have to do that as a tri-lane, in my opinion. You give him 2 supports with hard CC to protect him. Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of single lanes and tri-lanes.
Yeah, I think some people may just put the Vex in the top lane with a support, kind of the double safety feature. But I don't know. I guess I like to see that option of watching the 1v1 play when it really comes down to who can run that lane better, which we don't see a lot of in Dawn-Gate. The 1v1 is in the jungle only, so. In jungle, the jungler that's going to win that matchup is the one whose team responds best and collapses best. So, whereas with the solo lane, you're gonna see a lot more solid action. They're both popping
there's the drains
drain
going off.
there.
They're going to go right on top of each other. This is not a melee contest, gentlemen.
It is interesting to see them go up so close in a ranged fight, but I think they don't want them want to run away from each other. Downsy coming out well ahead of that.
Yes, Billy Esquire, there is enough room to run double jungle. We did see it quite a lot in early versions of the current map.
Yeah, I mean, technically you can run it now. The problem is there's just not enough experience in the jungle to share between the two. And it's really hard to leave somebody alone in lane. You can do it with a well-coordinated team, but in the new map update, there definitely is enough jungle to go around. The experience has been condensed. With a couple of the camps being reduced, one out of the fish side, one out of the mushroom side, and then a general overall increase in experience in the jungle anyway, from what we heard.
Take a look.
So, just pushing out the lanes. Downsy's just trying to get some binding damage
Chaos
down.
Shell.
I think he'd probably like it if he could land it, but I think he wants to get off some total combo rotation to try to get him down. You're not going to be able to get that off as well under a binding, but now that they're back into the middle lane, we may see an aggressive progress gate out of one or the other.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to get that minion aggro, you could tell. He saw the minions coming, he's like, nope, we ain't having any of this. Oh, there's the aggressive progress gate into the 2 auto attacks. He misses a Celerity Shell, otherwise I think he might have followed up that.
Wow.
Would have brought Wildstar down to about 200 health had he hit the Celerity Shell.
He's got his Warden Shield popped back up. At this point, it's given him 65 health, so it definitely ramps up quicker than actually I expected. I don't have a lot of experience with that.
Well, so that'll eat an auto attack, but...
Yeah. So we get an aggressive Binding Ward out of Downsy to see if his opponent went back, and he did, so he's just going to lay down a lot of damage on the Binding.
Yeah, Binding's going to lose about another 1,000 health before...
He's doing a really good job, and this is a Strider wave coming up, so he's going to come off the Binding and just get that Strider down, which is going to give him an advantage here, even with Wildstyle coming back to the lane.
And Downsy's up a level, so now he's got a level 4 Celerity Shell. That's going to start doing over 200 damage base.
But Wildstyle came back with a Resilience and a Desire, so he's able to eat, as you can tell, a lot more of that damage.
And as you can see, it's making a big difference there. Lands the Chaos Shell, but as you can see, it's not hurting as much as you thought it would.
No.
There's Celerity Shell, Chaos Shell, and a Drain both together. Downsy does not have Dispel, so that's a good stack there.
He is at a severe item disadvantage right now.
Downsy, Wildstar going aggressive, and the Binding gets the kill. GG, Downsy.
Oh my! I did not see that coming. I was calling for Downsy to back out there, but just inside that Binding range, just I don't even know. I was not expecting with that. I'm a little speechless.
Alright, so Wildstyle, did he make any changes? No, doesn't look like it. He's still running his 90 health, 12.2 power, and 4.8 haste with Hunger 2 pots.
Downsy is running the Ravager with a mix of loadouts, power, health, and armor, the main ones. Point and defense pen, so it's what he's been using. Obviously, pretty effective in this format. And we've talked about that before. We really like the Ravager overall, just for that building power bonus that it gets, especially on someone with a 1-to-1 power ratio like Varian.
Yeah, the other thing that Ravager does subconsciously is that it puts pressure on the opponent, saying, hey bro, you better come to me, you better fight, because I'm going to gain a lot more free power as this match goes on unless you do something about me.
Until minions spawn.
Well, again with the dropping the ward under the Binding.
Well, Wildstyle, what did you change?
I didn't read off what he had on this side, just that he had a smattering of things, so it's unfair to say that he is lying. He probably wasn't aware of what was going on. He does have health power.
No, he's calling
and haste.
me a liar.
Yeah, but you weren't reading off what I didn't read off what he had last time. So.
Minions have spawned.
And
it
of
looks
course,
like a slight adjustment. Because we can, Wildstyle. Because we can.
Yeah, Wildstyle, because apparently I am drunk.
Yeah.
That's
so
why.
both of them put down the deep Binding wards, mainly to see where they are and if they're going to go back. So, to me, when I see people put those down, they're wanting to go pretty aggressive, push somebody up under their Binding, be able to get that free harass, keep them in sight. We'll see who actually does that this turn. You know, usually when you get both people wanting to do that, the lane stays stagnant right in the middle.
As you can see right here, lane stagnant in the middle. Watso does a good job getting the last hit and hitting Downsy with the harass. Followed it up with a couple auto attacks. He doesn't have Insight Shell yet, so not getting any bonus for that. Downsy first to 2, Insight Shell, a couple auto attacks, followed by another Celerity Shell, brings down Wildstyle to 40% health. He's going to have to pop some potions. Got 1, Wildstyle gets 2. He's looking to answer. There's the Drain. He's just doing that to sustain up a little bit.
It's good free damage at this early stage of the game. Downsy hadn't picked a spell yet, and still hasn't, so it was a good thing to pick up at that point.
Downsy going aggressive again. Misses the Insight Shell. What's not fun about exploding people, Cross13? You know what? That's an excellent question. I would like to know the answer to that because you know what? I can't answer that question.
Cleaning up the mess afterwards.
Not fun about it.
Cleaning up the mess afterwards. People exploding can get pretty messy.
But that's true. But this is the Dawn Gate. It rebuilds and cleans itself. I mean, come on.
And they don't necessarily explode.
Little aggression, nice trades there. Downsy lands his Celerity Shell while Wildstyle misses his.
I will say one thing that's going to get
sustain that back up.
A lot more confusing about casting these tournaments after Item Palooza. So many stackable passives, so many unique passives, so many effects that could be going down on players at any given time.
Ooh. Wildstyle, you got to be careful. Downsy's got your number right now. Oh, he finally hits 4, but Downsy's still posturing aggressive. Lands the Celerity Shell. Gets one of the auto attacks off, and I can't talk right now.
And he's gonna go back.
Yeah, get some lane minions in on that.
Do this all day.
OP loadout is OP.
Oh, come on. Ravager's not that OP. I mean, they only had to nerf it the week it came out, but, you know.
That's how I earned the big.
Alright, so early damage. We'll see what Downsy does with his ward. It timed out right as we saw Wildstyle going back.
Yeah, he's going to get at least another 300 damage. Down on this binding, I think. Well, maybe not.
He switched over to the Strider, which is the smart thing to do. He picks that up before it even gets out of the circles. Wildstyle does come back into lane in time to meet the Strider wave, though, which is good.
He'll be able to get these last hits. Oh, nice
well,
land.
At least pick up the experience, and that's the most important point at this part. Wildstyle comes back to lane with a Resilience, so an early purchase. And
Smart
lives through
plan.
some of the harass. Picks up 5 potions as well. So the thing this is going to do here is, if this does get to the point where Downsy goes back, he's going to have a large stack of Vim to spend. He's most likely going to be able to go at least straight to a blue with another basic. He may even be able to go all the way to a legendary if he was stacking.
No, he's
correctly.
got 40 CS. He can buy a legendary. He's up 22 CS 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's going to depend on how well he kept those stacks up ultimately, but yeah, he's definitely got a solid advantage. We'll see. We'll see if he decides to go back and use it. He didn't even need it last game.
Do you think he's gonna come back? I'm thinking about that fade again, and it may come out again.
Yeah, I mean at this point he's got solid control over the lane. He's not overly worried about Wildstyle going all in on him with a defensive build, which is what he has. So he may be looking at an item breakpoint and saying, I want to get this much Vim, then go back, and then come back and just utterly, force my hand.
True.
We'll see.
Nice Celerity Shell through 5 of the minions. There's the drain on the Downsy. Downsy
going all in.
So he's going to have to back off.
Yeah,
and he does successfully.
Quick pick Dispel.
Oh no, there's the Chaos Shell on Downsy. He might. Is he close?
No, got down to 36 health. That was almost it. He quick picked that Dispel out and got rid of the drain. Wild saw that, immediately dropped that ult on and profited. So that was pretty close there. That resilience paying off for Wildstyle, keeping him alive long enough to get all that damage down and force Downsy.
And it's going to cost Downsy the Strider wave.
Potentially, yeah. I'm not sure if he's going to be back in time. Downsy went
back going to back himself.
And he picked up a Desire with a Power and a Resilience, along with 6 potions. So,
all right, I will see what Wildstyle picks up. Wildstyle looks like he picked up an Integrity and 5 potions.
So go on defensive.
The thing is, Downsy's up 21 CS right now. This will be 23 after this wave. Yep, 23.
Yeah, still got about 3 minutes to go before that that rule kicks in. So it's more that it's just going to give him a lot of money if they do go back again.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on the CS very, very closely here in another couple minutes.
So yeah, Wildstyle coming back with that Integrity. Wants to live through the solid harass down he's been putting down.
Oh, Downsy misses the Celerity Shell, allowing Wildstyle to go aggressive. Progress Gate's behind Downsy. Downsy dodges it. There's another Celerity Shell. Both of them trade him, and they decide, yeah, you know what? We've had enough of this.
they came out pretty equal overall there. You know, the mix of the sustain and power on Downsy. He did pick up a resilience, and that one buy is actually a pretty powerful buy in this format if you can afford it. You know, not so much for the armor. The armor's nice, but just that toughness, reducing damage from basic attacks by 3 each time. So you're gonna, with Varian, you know, laying down a lot of auto attacks, it's gonna pay the bills.
Oh no, Wild. Oh, the whiff on the Chaos Shell. Downsy now has his ticket to go aggressive on him, and I think he will. Here it goes. There's the drain.
Dispelled
looks like it was
right away,
dispelled.
though. Downsy's trying to get enough damage.
There's the Chaos Shell. He doesn't have dispel for this. Downsy hits 9, but he can't go aggressive. Oh no. Wild Cell, you got 300 health. You eat a Celerity Shell and 2 auto attacks, you're dead. There's the Celerity Shell. Auto attack 1. Auto attack
he's getting
2,
that aggro.
60 health. Oh man,
that Strider almost
just in time.
That Strider was moving around that binding to come after him. He is lucky. Problem here is he does go back right here.
He's gonna lose his
binding's
binding.
gonna go down. Yeah.
That binding's gone.
Downsy doesn't even care. He's just like, okay, I'll attack your binding.
Oh, nice dodge of the Celerity Shell by both players with the progress gate. Beautiful.
That binding.
Done. 300 health left on the binding. Wildstyle can't go back because he will lose in like 2 auto attacks.
I think he knows this. He's just gonna dance it up. Just right next to that ward from Downsy. Downsy's just probably gonna try to.
Yeah, he's just gonna finish the binding down
GG
first.
Oh no, he's going aggressive. He wants that kill.
He's going very aggressive.
Oh,
and then he's gonna troll gate back
the minions.
finish the binding. GG. Yep. Very
Winion's
good.
Winion's taking out the binding for him while he went aggressive.